Oakland Rangers baseball is presented by AT Uverse TV. Globe Life Park in Arlington. Rangers happy to be back home after a lengthy road trip. They come back to take on the Oakland A's tonight. It's the first of three over this weekend with the Rangers and the Athletics. And welcome in, everyone. We appreciate you spending part of Patriot Day with us, and baseball is celebrating this solemn occasion. The only way that baseball can, that's by putting on a good show and reminding folks that baseball still goes on, as does life in the United States. Joined by Mark McLemore. And Mac, an important ball game for the Rangers, getting back at home and letting folks know that, hey, the road trip has gone by. Let's play good baseball now.
You're right, Buzz. A 5-5 road trip seemed like it was worse, but that was good. 500 on the road. They can play better baseball at home, and they have, especially in the second half. And over the last 20 ball games, they've won 16 out of those 20 ball games. So this is a perfect time to take advantage of a team that's 11 games under on the road, and that will be the Oakland Athletics. So it gets started tonight, and hopefully Kobe Lewis will be on and be able to do that.
And Kobe looking to maybe get some more runs in support as he is back home. The Rangers have provided a lot for Kobe in this ballpark this year. So Kobe and the Rangers getting set to take on the Oakland A's, the first of a 10-game homestand. We'll have the starting lineups to the first pitch coming up right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. You buy your Texas Ford dealer. Be unstoppable during the SUV season with incredible savings only at your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT Uverse TV. Uverse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. By Budweiser. Make a plan to make it home. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Well, the front has gone through North Texas. Wind whipping out of the north by northeast, about 15 to 20 miles an hour. Things cooling off. Rangers heating up, though, since they're back home. Before we get things started, let's head down and check in with Emily Jones.
Well, Buzz, Colby Lewis with a tremendous season so far for the Rangers, but he has run into a bit of a rough patch of late. However, his battery mate, Chris Jimenez, says the last start against the Angels is on him.
We have a really good plan of what we want to do with his strengths going into it. And that's something I feel like we got away from a little bit in Anaheim. And that's on my. I mean, we talked about it after the game, but that was more of my fault, where I felt like the work that I'd done in the video room, we could attack guys in certain ways, and just kind of got away from his strengths a little bit. And that's something I want to kind of hit on more today, is kind of continue to stick with his strengths.
So an interesting take from Chris Jimenez as far as the amount of study that goes into scouting another team's lineup and trying to do things from a pitching standpoint to take advantage of those weaknesses. But as Chris said, when you have a veteran pitcher like Colby Lewis, the best strategy is probably to just stick with what's best for Colby Lewis. So it looks like they'll get back to that tonight, guys.
All right, Emily, thank you. So Colby out there tonight. Mac is going to tell you about the Athletics lineup that Colby will face.
All right, Sam Fool, the late addition to the lineup. He'll bat lead off and play center field. Mark Hanna's in left field. Josh Reddick will be in right field. He's tied for second with 42 out RBIs on the year. Brett Lowry is the second baseman. He's got a .338 average in the last 18 games with 5 home runs. Billy Butler will be the DH, and he's riding a 10-game hit streak. And Eric Sogard will bat ninth and play shortstop.
And the 36-year-old right-hander from Bakersfield, California, Colby Lewis, going to work with ball one. Our progressive scouting report on Colby. Nice to be back home. The ball club has scored more runs for Colby here in this ballpark they have on the road. And he gets a tapper that's cut off by Beltran. Sam pulled out on 2 pitches. Well, 1 away, and Mark Canha coming up. Continue our progressive scouting report. Colby didn't have as good command of the slider last time. Fastball was okay. He said command basically was bad, but he said the slider particularly, he was kind of working without a net, without the command of that slider, and he hoped to have that back. He put in some work between starts about getting the feel for it back, so hopefully it's come along with him back home from the road trip. Well, 1 away, Mark Canha, one of the hotter hitting Athletics of late. Rookie with 60 RBI this year. That's the most among American League rookies. .258 average, 14 home runs. He has fared very well against Ranger pitching this year, too. And he takes strike 1. Canha with a 6-game hitting streak coming into play tonight. It's a .417 average over those 6 games. To left field. Gallo toward the line. Big stretch out there. Making the catch. 4 out, number 2. Well, Joey covered some pretty good ground out there in left field.
He did. Nice long arms, nice long legs and strides. Got to that ball, got a great jump.
Well, the Ranger defense tonight delivered to you by Chicken Express. Saw Joey out there in left field. He's joined by Delino DeShields. Nice to see Delino back in center field. Shin-Soo Choo in right. Infield, the Rangers have turned 142 double plays this year. That's the most in the American League. Moreland, Odor, Andrews, and Beltre with Chris Jimenez behind the plate. So 2 outs, bases empty. Josh Reddick takes high for ball 1. Reddick, a .274 average with 16 home runs and 68 driven in. Reddick having a very solid year for Oakland. Against Colby Lewis, he's gone 6 for 20. That figures out to an even .300 average. Folks, this one to left field. Little easier play for Gallo, still going toward the line. Makes the catch, and it's a 7-pitch inning. Colby Lewis sends the A's down in order. We played a half inning here at Globe Life Park. A's nothing, Rangers coming up. Back with the Southwest Airlines Rangers lineup.
Delino DeShields back in the lineup after missing 3 games with a left knee sprain. He'll lead off and play center field. Shin-Soo Choo is going to be in right field. He hit .314 on this recent road trip. Prince Fielder about third and DH. Mitch Moreland hit 5th and played first base. He had 2 of the team's 4 hits yesterday. Elvis Andrews will be at short, batting 7th. Joey Gallo back in left field, hit his first home run Tuesday since being back in the big leagues.
Well, that's the Ranger lineup. Jeff Bannister hoping that will turn the tide and get back in the run column. Jesse Chavez, the 32-year-old right-hander, on the hill tonight. A fastball, a cut fastball, and a changeup. His basic pitches, inconsistent command-wise lately, and he has really struggled. Just 7 and 14 with a 4.17 ERA. That ERA, though, has come up significantly the last half of this year. Rangers try to exploit that missing command. Delino DeShields, after missing 3 ball games, back in there at the top of the lineup, and he takes a knee-high strike, 0-1. Delino, 256, a couple of home runs, 28 driven in. You remember last Monday in Seattle, Delino went hard into third base, a hard slide, and just kind of tweaked his left knee. He said afterwards that it was as much a fear thing as it was the actual injury. He said it scared him to death. He had never had a knee problem, and of course guys that run that well, anything goes wrong with their legs at all, they're very sensitive to that. And Delino trying to figure it out.
Oh, you better believe it, especially if it's the first time it's happened to you. You're like, hey, this is, uncharted territory. Yeah. I've been able to, play tag with the wind, and now all of a sudden, my bread and butter's not working. What's going on?
Chopper up the middle, and the shortstop Sogard gets rid of the ball quickly. Delino's out, 1 away. Shin-Soo Choo coming up. And before Shin-Soo steps in, how about we take a look at the Oakland defense tonight behind Jesse Chavez. Outfield of Canna, Gould, and Reddick, left, center, and right. Muncy, the start at first. Oakland A's this year, 108 errors. That's the most in Major League Baseball. Lowry and Sogard up the middle. Danny Valencia at third with Josh Bagley catching. One caveat to that defense, the tough year that the A's have had defensively, it's gotten markedly better in the last couple of months. They had committed 73 errors their first 72 games. And in the last 68, they've only committed 36. So it's going the right way. And that, not coincidentally, the time that Rod Washington got back out in the coaching staff. Shin-Soo Choo is going to beat that one out, as Brett Lowry had a little trouble coming up with it. He tried to play the short hop, and it kind of flipped out of his glove and away far enough to allow Choo to reach base.
Yeah, Choo kind of hit that ball hard. A little bit of a hook on it. Little line drive, little looping line drive, and Brett Lowry tried to pick it, but ended up going off of his glove and bounced away from him. And bounced too far away for him to get Choo going down the line.
Well, that is going to be a base hit for Shin-Soo Choo. Choo aboard. Here's Prince Fielder. And Prince, we had talked about Fielder and Beltre struggling a bit on the road trip. Well, not a bit, a lot. Anytime you have the 2 middle guys in your order having trouble at the same time, you're not going to score many runs, and that's exactly what happened to the Rangers.
Yeah, and then Delino DeShields not being in the lineup as well. The table setter not being there and getting on base and not really having an answer for that. It just was one problem after another.
Chopper foul. 1 ball and 1 strike, or no balls and 2 strikes, excuse me. Yeah, and would that lead to guys in other spots in the order trying to do a little too much, Mac?
Well, particularly the big guys, because it's basically on them anyway.
Right.
So when something happens somewhere else in the lineup, I'm sure these are run producers, and they're very prideful. They have that's what they do. They're like, hey, I've got to do a little bit more. And sometimes, yes, you can try and do too much and end up going the other way.
Right. Talking about that, we'll look at it graphically on this last road trip. 10 ball games. Fielder hit just 182, and Beltre about 128. Beltre did drive in 5 and had a couple of very big hits, but boy, they were few and far between. And of course, Prince only a couple of RBI, had the 1 home run. And a little number foul behind home plate. Still no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, you know what I like about those stats, Buzz, is the fact that it's not going to last forever with these guys. These guys are run producers. They're very good hitters, and they're going to come out of it. What better way to do it than tonight, right now?
And you get back home, that's got to feel pretty good too, huh?
No question about it. I mean, it's just a matter of time. They don't worry about it. They're not, hanging their heads. They know, hey, all it takes is one swing, and we're right back to where we need to be.
Off the inside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Prince. Well, Fielder's still 8th in the American League. A 3.08 average, but just 2 hits in his last 22 times to the plate. And that is in stark contrast to the fact that he has reached base safely in his last 15 ball games. So he is getting on base, but not able to get the hits to provide the runs. Got him swinging as Chavez pulled the string on that breaking ball. Gets a very big second out on the punch out.
Batting forward for the third baseman, number 29, Adrian Beltre.
So 2 gone. Now Chavez will have to deal with Adrian Beltre.
Chavez going with the breaking ball down low on Prince. Looked like it had a little bit of a late break. Prince went after it. Way out of the strike zone on that one.
2 gone. Beltre hitting at 261 now. Steps in. Adrian 13 home runs, 50 RBI. Adrian dancing as he took that fastball high. 1-0. Beltre over the years against Chavez has gone just 1 for 10. He has not found a way to solve this veteran right-hander. Matter of fact, the Rangers don't have a whole lot of guys that have been able to solve him. He's turned into quite a pitcher. That pitch is outside, and it's now 2-0 to Beltre. Of the guys in the lineup tonight, Prince Fielder, the only one that had good success against him. Prince now 5 out of 10 against Chavez after that strikeout. Everybody else, though, struggling a bit. Right-hander with a belt high set, the 2-0 pitch. Instead, he will drive Chu back. Well, the Rangers, it's been well chronicled. 18 2/3 innings now since the Rangers last got on the scoreboard in the run column. Shutout back-to-back days to finish off the road trip in Seattle. Beltre takes a strike. Matter of fact, they had a total of 5 base hits in those 2 shutouts. A 1-hitter and a 4-hitter. That's very atypical to how the Ranger Ball Club had been going. Well, the road trip went like that. They were shut out 4 times on the road trip in 10 ball games.
When you really look at it, the road trip, they were 5-5 on the road trip, and that's really your goal, is to at least be 500 on a road trip. Mm-hmm. It seemed like it was worse than that, to be honest.
Yeah. That's in for a strike. I know a loss is a loss is a loss, but when you get shut out, it does feel a little bit more like you got thumped.
Yes, it really does. It can mess with your psyche, and then when it happens 2 days in a row, guys have a tendency to start pressing. Then,
sure.
Hey, we haven't scored. We've got to score. We've got to score. Then that takes your mind off of focusing to win the ball game.
Well, Beltre had that breaking ball stay up to him enough that he was able to line it to left for a 2-out single. 2 on, 2 outs for Mitch Moreland.
It's kind of like, Buzz, when a pitcher's got a no-hitter, you look up in the 5th inning or the 6th inning or even the 7th inning, and he's got a no-hitter. You stop thinking about winning the game and thinking about getting a hit.
Exactly.
As opposed to just continue to focus on winning the ball game. The same thing when you've been shut out a couple of games in a row. You start thinking, okay, well, we've got to score a run. We've got to score a run, instead of thinking we need to win this ball game and do whatever you need to do.
Yeah. That's a good point. Point well taken, too, because it's obvious when you watch games like that that's happening. But I'm sure when you're involved in it, it's not quite as obvious that, hey, that's the way I feel about it. Now 2 on, 2 out. Here's Mitch. Mitch has had a lot of good success against these Oakland A's as he takes ball 1. Not so much against Chavez. Mitch is 1 for 11 against him. But against Oakland, Mitch has always swung the bats extremely well. He's hit safely in 7 straight ball games against Oakland. 3 home runs in those 7 ball games. Chavez to the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Now, Mitch, one of the few Rangers, along with Shin-Soo Choo, that had a good road trip statistically. Mitch hit .350 on the road, went 7 for 20. Chance here to get the Rangers on the board. 2-0 pitch. Base hit to right field. That's going to score at least one. Choo around third will score. Beltre being waved around. Here comes the relay throw. The slide, he is safe. A 2-run double for Moreland. The scoreless streak ends as the Rangers lead it 2-0.
There we go. That's how you do it. Nice hitting by Mitch Moreland. Couple runners on. Big 2-out, 2-run double. Now you're not thinking about, hey, let's get a hit.
Yeah.
Let's just score a run. It's a fastball on the inside part of the plate. And man, he turns on that, rips that ball down the right field line. And Beltre coming around from first base to score.
18 2/3 of blank baseball. And that is a thing of the past now. The Rangers jumping out to a 2-0 lead on Chavez and the A's.
Beltre not being held on at first base because there's a runner at second base, so he was able to get a little bit of an extra lead. And he was motoring.
Rougned Odor, a .270 average. And he hits one to the gap in left center field. That is up the alley, going to the wall. Moreland scores. Rougned at second will hang on there. Back-to-back run-scoring doubles. It's 3-0 Rangers.
Another 2-out RBI. Makes 3 in the inning. It's a good way to start off the ball game. Jumping out ahead 3-0, bottom of the first inning. Especially when you haven't scored in a couple of days.
That's a pretty good way to bury those back-to-back shutouts.
What shutouts?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He gets a breaking ball. Chavez tried to backdoor a breaking ball. It looks like a changeup there. Left it up in the zone. Rugi went right with it.
For Odor now, he has 9 extra base hits out of his last 11 base hits. Go back and look at Moreland's double, talking about the base runners.
Beltre with a good secondary lead. As soon as that ball is hit right over his head, he just takes off. He's not thinking about stopping. Look at Tony Beasley down the line, waving him all the way. They're going to have to make a play if they're going to get him, and they couldn't do it. So great coaching at third base. Beltre had his head down and just kept going. He knew exactly where he was going to stop, and that was going to be at home plate, one way or the other.
Now 3 runs across in the inning. Rougned Odor out there at second after his 48th RBI of the year. Elvis Andrus, .256 with the average. And he takes strike 2. Elvis got off to a great start on the road trip. But he is 0 for his last 5 ball games now. 0 for 17. First time for Elvis to go hitless in as many as 5 straight games since way back in 2010. His second year in the big leagues. Down to the count here, no balls, 2 strikes. Sogard in the dirt and dug out by Muncy over at first base. So that'll do it, but Rangers put 4 hits together for 3 runs. They leave 1 after 1. Rangers 3, Athletics nothing. State a strong fan, and you just might see yourself in one of our upcoming broadcasts. All this made possible by the good folks at T-Mobile. We'll show you tonight's selection a little bit later on in the broadcast. Well, the Rangers in uncharted territory of late. They are leading 3-0 after one, and Colby Lewis out to the hill is probably saying, "No, that's more like it." That's the kind of support that I have become accustomed to.
It's got to feel good pitching with a lead.
I would think. Danny Valencia taking outside. And the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Valencia, a .288 average, 13 home runs, 53 driven in. Hits this one to right center field. Chu on the run. The ball's kind of slicing back to him. And Chu able to haul it in for out number 1. So Colby, as always, getting a lot of fly balls, 3 fly balls in the first 4 hitters. And before Brett Lowry steps in, let's welcome in Jim Knox. Hello, Jim.
Hello, Buzz. Appreciate it. You know, the Texas Rangers baseball staff, as well as Whataburger employees, and also Just Keep Living program volunteers, recently volunteered to help strike out hunger at a local food bank. To find out more about this great organization and what happened, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation. Buzz?
All right, Knoxy, thank you. Brett Lowry taking the pitch just outside from Colby Lewis. Lowry, a .272 average, 15 home runs, 56 driven in. And Colby drops that breaking ball. And Lowry, in the first few series against the Rangers, when he was in an A's uniform, he saw nothing but breaking balls. And finally got a couple of hits in the last series against the Rangers, and they've gone a little bit away from the breaking ball. And Colby said, "Nah, we need to resurrect that, so we're going back to it again."
Let's remind him a little bit of how we got him out.
Exactly. Colby's next pitch, and into center field, right at Delino DeShields. Out number 2. Well, Delino gets his first action since, or the first defensive action since getting back into the lineup. Now the designated hitter, Billy Butler. And he is the hottest of A's hitters. Billy steps in with a 10-game hitting streak going. He has gone 17 for 32 in those 10 ball games. My math isn't great, but I think that's a little bit over 500.
That's pretty hot.
1 ball, no strikes. Well, as good a hitter as Billy Butler was in Kansas City and still is, you knew that he wasn't going to hit 220 or 225, whatever it was when the Rangers were facing him before, for very long.
No, not all year long. Not close.
Third longest active streak in the American League, that 10-gamer. Rougned Odor gobbles it up. On to first. It's another 1-2-3 inning. Colby Lewis and the Rangers send the A's down after 1.5. Rangers 3, A's nothing. unstoppable during SUV season with incredible savings only at your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. Well, the Rangers jump out to an early 3-0 lead. 3 in the first on 4 hits, 2 doubles, and 2 singles. And Joey Gallo will start things off against Jesse Chavez. It'll be Gallo, Jimenez, and then Delino to Shields. As the Rangers sent 7 men to the plate in the first inning. Joey Gallo hitting at .208. Recalled among the group of recalls on the 1st of September. Joey had 2 starts on the road trip. Had a couple of pinch hitting appearances also. 0-1 pitch from Chavez. Shallow left field. Canna coming on. 1 gone. Next to be Chris Jimenez.
Number 38, Chris Jimenez.
Right now is a really tough sky, so fly balls are not very easy to pick up right now. And if you see the ball off the bat, you better not take your eye off of it, because you might not find it again when you look up.
You see a few clouds, very high clouds, but does that give a little contrast at all? Does that help? Or
none whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
That's what it hides in.
Yeah, we talk sometimes about that high sky when it's brilliant blue during the middle of the day and no clouds up there at all, and that's really when it's pretty tough.
Yeah, this isn't very good either right now. This is the time of ball game where I didn't want fly balls hitting the infield.
Off the end of the bat by Jimenez, and the second baseman Lowry throws him out, 2 gone. Just soon somebody else take it.
Yes, absolutely. Just anywhere other than that side. And fortunately, I had really good first baseman, so if it was just slightly to my left, I was, oh, hey, he's got it. No problem. You got it. And I just, hey, it's right there.
Yeah.
Pointing like I knew where it
There you
was.
go.
I know it's over that way somewhere. You handle it.
Yeah. Now, somebody's got to point it out to guys.
Yeah.
Direct traffic.
Exactly.
Well, here's Delino for his second at bat. He started things tonight for the Rangers by grounding to short. First pitch from Chavez. 0-1. And Delino, prior to going on the injured list, he didn't go on the DL, but missed the 3 games with that knee injury. Had a tough road trip anyway. He was 3 for 26. But he was getting on base enough to give the Rangers some opportunities to drive him home. Had a couple of walks in the first 6 games of that trip. But he's 0 for his last 12 now when you go back before the injury. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's graphically what we were just talking about. But Delino still, what a marvelous year it has been for this young man. A Rule 5 draft who made the ball club out of spring training on hope and a prayer, I guess you would say. He's gone on strikes here. We'll talk about that more when he comes up one more time. 3 up, 3 down. We've finished 2 here at Globe Life Park. Rangers 3, Athletics nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Third inning. He will face the bottom third of this Oakland order tonight. Muncy, Fegley, and Sogard, the first three to do the swinging against Colby. Nice Friday night crowd on hand here tonight to see the Rangers come back home and start a crucial 10-game homestand. 3 with the A's, including tonight, and then it's 4 with the Houston Astros, and it is red out Monday through Thursday. Wear your red out here to Globe Life Park and come on out in strong numbers to support your Rangers. It'll be a crucial 4-game series.
You know, I like it. I love the whole red out idea. I love that. We used to do that back in the 90s, in the mid-90s when we were winning, and that was just, it was great. It was great to see. Just look up and nothing but red.
Muncy takes high and away. It's 2 balls and a strike. Muncy a .217 average at AAA Nashville this year. Muncy 4 home runs, hit .274. That chopper is foul, and it's 2-2. Now we're talking about Colby, our Kubota power stats tonight. Colby, his last 3 starts against Oakland in this ballpark. He has a 1.89 ERA. A's have hit just 197 off him. 8.5 strikeouts per 9 innings for Colby. And just 1 extra base hit in those outings. That is pretty masterful pitching. And Colby actually has pitched very well regardless of what park he's been in this year against the A's, whether here or out in the Coliseum in Oakland. Rangers haven't scored when they're away from home, but they've scored a few for him here at home tonight again. And he gets Muncy on the ground ball to Moreland. That is out number 1. Josh Fegley coming up. And before Fegley steps in, why don't we send it over to Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. Well, there's the Eastern Division we're talking about, that 1.5 game lead, Toronto, and New York. The Yankees found out today they're going to be able without Mark Teixeira for the rest of the season and the playoffs. They detected a fracture in that foot, so he is finished for the year. Popped up on the right side, Fegley way up there, and Rougned Odor just in fair territory, able to make the catch. 2 gone. Odor ranging.
Another tough play. That Sky. Woo. just bringing back too many bad memories.
Yeah.
Just, another 10 minutes, everybody will be okay. Another 10 minutes or so.
That's when you want to break out those orange baseballs that they tried to use.
No, just keep it on the ground. Don't hit it in the air. Keep it on the ground.
Now 2 away. Here's Eric Sogard. And he takes a belt high strike from Colby Lewis. Sogard a .242 average. 27 RBI. Just 3 for 14 against Colby in past matchups. Talking about Colby this year against Oakland. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 2. That covers the 3 starts prior to tonight. Chopper foul outside first. 1-2 now to Sogard. Colby just 4 earned runs and 18 innings of work this year. This is Colby's 4th attempt for his 15th win, which is going to establish a new career high for him when he happens to get that. Little looper into center field, but playing fairly shallow to begin with. Delino to Shields. Another 1-2-3 inning. Colby Lewis through 3. Rangers have shut down the A's. They lead 3-0 after 2.5. baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and a lot more. Get MLB.com at bat tonight. Rangers captain spreading some of the good cheer. Looked like he took care of that kid's cotton candy, too.
Gotta watch, Cat.
Yeah. Shin-Soo Choo starting things off for the Rangers here in the bottom of the third. 1 ball, no strikes. Choo had an infield hit that got things started for the Rangers in the first inning. He got on, then 1 out later, Adrian Beltre had a single. Both were aboard for 2 outs, and Mitch Moreland brought them both home with that double. And then Mitch was plated by Rougned Odor's 2-bagger. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, Buzz, not to pick on any one player, but it just goes to show you what one play can do for you or do to a team. You know, Brett Lowry makes that play. Prince Fielder's the next out. It's the 3rd out of the inning, and it's a 0-0 ball game. But now you look up, they're down 3-0. No,
that's an excellent point. And it's, you know, you talk about teams that take advantage, and good teams almost always take advantage of mistakes, especially by lesser teams, teams that aren't playing as well. And Rangers have been very good at that, especially in this ballpark. And that is a strike. It's 3-2.
You have to be, and that's what makes you a good team, number one. So if you're going to be a good team, you have to take advantage of the other team's mistakes. And there are some times when you're playing against another good team or an elite team, and if they just make one mistake, you've got to be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah. I guess that's part of the, well, they're a lucky team. No, they make their own breaks is what happens.
Absolutely.
And, you know, another team might not take advantage of that and might not turn it into a break, but good teams do that. Got him swinging. Chavez with the punch out. Choo is gone. That is the 3rd strikeout for Jesse Chavez. 1 away for Prince Fielder. Fielder went down swinging his first time at the plate. Fielder's average now at 307. Gets this one hard and through the shift by the dive of Sogard into right center field. There's a base hit for Prince. No, 1 on and 1 out for Adrian Beltre.
There we go, big fella. It's a pitch out over the middle of the plate. That shift. I don't know how you do that. You got 3 guys on one side and you still hit it by him.
Still find a hole. Well, part of it has to do with hitting the ball hard.
Maybe that's why I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, and all kidding aside, with Prince, that has been a problem for him. He hasn't been hitting many balls hard.
Right. He really hasn't. He's had some pitches to square up, and he just hasn't been getting there for whatever reason. But, you know, it will come back.
Sure.
There's not a question, not a doubt.
Yep, no doubt about that. Adrian squared one up, hit a top spin liner to left field for a base hit his first time up. So Adrian now at 263 with the average. Chavez checking first. A little bit low, 2-1. Well, Beltre among active hitters against Oakland, and he has put up some impressive numbers. Over the years, he's first in doubles. He has 38 of them. He's 3rd in home runs with 29, and he's 3rd in RBI with 101. There are the displays for you. That's outside, 3-1. Adrian checking with Tony Beasley down there at 3rd. I think he just put on the double sign.
I like that.
Chavez back to the plate. 3-2. Beltre hitting in the cleanup spot. As usual, Mitch Moreland will follow.
Chavez going with a 3-1 changeup and a fastball count. I would probably think he's going to do the same thing.
Yeah. I guess the age-old question is, okay, you threw it 3-1. Now you got to throw it 3-2. Or what are you going to throw 3-2? Answer forthcoming. There goes fielder, a chopper to third. It's by Valencia into left field. Now, Danny Valencia, who had played a pretty solid third base, let that ball play him a little bit. And the Rangers have runners at first and second with one out.
Three-two pitch. You got Prince going. Beltre hits the ball to Valencia's left over in the hole. Valencia kind of hesitated a little bit and then didn't really know which way to go. Kind of took the backwards route on it. And ball got under his glove.
That's going to be a base hit. No, it hasn't been ruled. It's been error. Well, Valencia with the error at third base. Rangers with 2 on and 1 out for Mitch Moreland. 0-1 on the foul ball. Mitch drove in his 70th and 71st runs with a double to right his first time up. Moreland now back up over the 290 mark. 291. Got fielder at second, Beltre at first. Chavez sets at the belt and deals strike 2. Our AT Uverse Rewind will take you back to the first inning. Mitch Moreland making that scoreless streak go bye-bye. Double into the corner, got Chu and Beltre home, and Mitch Moreland and the Rangers forgot all about that shutout streak. 1-2, nice job by Josh Fagley, the catcher. Prince fielder at second had a base hit to right center field. Adrian Beltre reached on the error. I assume it's an error. They haven't put anything up on the board yet.
I think they might have given that a single.
And Mitch swinging a miss at that slow curveball. 2 gone.
Now batting the second baseman,
Chavez going with a breaking ball down in the zone. Got Mitch. Going right over the top of that.
No, 2 outs now. It'll be up to Rougned Odor, who had an RBI double his first time up there. Odor now 48 runs driven in. Pulled on the right side and cut off by Muncy. He wins that race to the bag, and that'll do it. Rangers get a couple of hits, but straying 2. We've gone through 3 at Globe Life Park. Rangers 3, A's nothing. effect, brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Folks, MLB Charities donates to activities and charities throughout the country. And today, all proceeds from the sale of the team caps, which have the American flag, will be donated to the 9/11 Memorial and Museum and the Pentagon Museum and the Flight 93 Memorial. Well, that baseball's way of honoring Patriot Day and certainly all those lives lost on 9/11. One ball and one strike, the count to Sam Fuld, who's leading off the fourth inning. And he has gone on strikes. Scoreboard having a little tough time keeping up with the count. So am I. One out. And let's check in with Jim Knox again.
I appreciate it, Buzz. With Chris Supran, he is a first responder to the Pentagon. 14 years ago, 9/11. You moved to Dallas-Fort Worth area 11 years ago, and you spent the day talking to kids. What was the message, Chris?
Right. The message is, we can still live 9/11. We can never forget by understanding that the message is to do your assignment, never give up, be accountable for your actions, and get out there and get it done. But, if you're prepared, those lessons apply to not only first responders, but school kids getting their homework done. It applies to my Little League team, making sure they're making their play at second base. Those are assignments that are lessons that make sense no matter what your assignment is, whether you're working TV or you're working on a fire truck.
There you go. Okay, Chris, good seeing you. We'll let you enjoy the rest of the game. Appreciate it. Buzz?
Mark Hanna driving one to deep right center field, and Chu and Delino DeShields come together. And Shin-Soo Choo hung on to the ball. And
there we go.
Fortunately, everybody's up on their feet and smiles on their faces.
There we go. I like to see that. We don't like to see the collision, but hey, they get up smiling. We're all good.
And especially seeing Delino bounce up from that was took your breath away for a second.
Yeah, that ball just kept tailing back to Chu. And Delino, I think they both could have made the play, but that ball just kept tailing back to Chu, and hey, they caught it.
Wow. No, 2 outs. And Josh Reddick up there now.
See Delino calling for it. Not sure exactly when he started calling. Might have been a little bit too late.
Well, all's well that ends well, right?
Yes, you got that one.
They're both up. They're both okay with each other, and they're both happy. That's all we're after. 2 balls and a strike to Reddick. Josh had a fly ball to left field back in the first inning. Colby with the 2-1 pitch. Shallow center coming on Delino DeShields on the run, and the dive. He's got it. Delino DeShields going alley to alley and from center field to the infield. A great sliding catch for the final out here in the fourth inning. 3 up, 3 down. After 3.5, Rangers still lead the A's 3-0. of September through Thursday the 17th. Rangers face the Astros, a crucial AL West showdown. We need your help out here to red out Globe Life Park. Wear your Ranger red and come on out here. All red player t-shirts are now 20% off through September the 17th at all Ranger retail locations. So get yours today and get your tickets for Monday through Thursday of next week. Rangers doing a pretty good job of getting things back together, making that series even more important by putting on some runs here in the early going against the Oakland A's. Got to take care of business these 3 days against Oakland to set up the huge series against the Astros. Elvis Andrus leading things off against Jesse Chavez. Little number, going to be a tough play for Lowry, but he underhands it as he's relatively close to first base. That is out number one, and Elvis now in an 0 for 19 funk. Joey Gallo will be next. Gallo flied out to left field. His first time up there this evening. Joey, you remember the second time now that he has been with the Rangers this year. Came up with the ball club when Adrian Beltre messed up his thumb, tore the ligaments in that thumb. Back in the first week of June. June 2nd is when Joey got to the big leagues. Set back out a little bit less than a month later and went down to AAA. He had come up from AA. He had had no AAA experience when he made his major league debut. Went back down to AAA and struggled down there, admittedly, when he first got there. Still ended up hitting just 195, but started to turn things around. Ended up with 14 home runs in 53 games with Round Rock. Fouls that out of play. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, kind of tough for a young guy to struggle for the very first time. And the first time he really struggled was at the big league level. And you're seeing big league pitching every day. And losing that confidence. And it doesn't matter who you are, unless you've been around for a while and you're that veteran player, 7, 8, 9 years in the big leagues, you're used to it. You know you're going to come out of it. It's difficult to regain that confidence no matter where you go. If you go back to the minor leagues, it can be difficult to regain that confidence.
Right.
And I think he went through a little bit of that, but it's a growing experience. It's something that he was going to go through eventually. Whether he stayed in the big league the whole time, it was going to happen. And the thing is, you just have to make the adjustments and come out of it.
3-2 pitch, and he laid off the pitch down. Good job there by Gallo, who draws the walk. He's aboard with 1 out, and Chris Jimenez coming up. And let's go down and check in with Emily Jones.
Well, guys, when Joey Gallo was still down in Round Rock, Michael Young went down there, who now, of course, is a special assistant to the general manager in the front office for the Rangers organization. Spent some time with Joey, among other guys, just to work with him. So you have to think that an experience like that for Gallo was valuable, to have a guy like Michael Young, kind of help him through some of those minor league and major league bumps in the road. And so, something that Michael has expressed an interest in wanting to do, really work with those young guys. And when he came back, Michael talked about how much he believes in Joey and how bright of a future he thinks he has and how important it is for him to get this time in September with the big league club.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, and that's very, very true. It's, I know Michael really feels obligated to pass along his experiences for the benefit of younger players coming along. And he was taught well on his way up. I've talked with Michael several times about that, about guys who had an influence on him. And he feels an obligation to do the same thing with the experiences he's had to benefit guys coming up now.
Yeah, and I think every big league player should do that, because somebody, more than one person, has helped them along the way and passed on some knowledge that's helped them get to the big leagues.
And Chris Jimenez bangs a base hit to left field. Gallo will stop at second. Well, Chris with his first hit of the night. 2 on for the top of the order now with 1 out.
Now batting the center fielder,
Jimenez gets a fastball on the inside part of the plate. turns on it. He's been swinging a great bat, swinging with some authority since he's been back to the big leagues. 5 home runs in just that first month, that very first month of the season, or the first month he was back here.
So 2 on, 1 out. Delino to Shields with his 3rd at bat of the evening. Delino has struck out and grounded to short. Be a good time for Delino to square one up here. Get it in a gap somewhere. 0-1. Well, Matt, going back to what Michael did with Joey Gallo, and from a young player standpoint like Gallo, it probably made him feel a little better knowing that somebody like Michael Young could sit down and say, "Hey, kid, I went through exactly the same thing. Here's what I did. It's not an answer to your problem, but at least you're not alone, and people come out of it."
You're right, because I think, remembering back in my days coming up, you look at those big league guys that had success, the type of success that Michael Young had in his career, and you don't think of them as ever struggling.
Yeah. Sure.
So when you have Michael Young tell you, hey, this is something that you're going to go through. Wow, look at that.
Pretty good hustle play by Joey Gallo there. He read it, read the ball in the dirt, never hesitated, and just beat the throw by Fegley.
You look at this, and here's what I really like. Joey Gallo's going to go to the outside part of the bag to avoid the tag. You see him on the very far side. Now, if he's going directly into the bag, the center of it, or even toward the home plate side of it, he's probably out on that play, but he knows the ball's coming from home plate, so he gets as far away from the tag as he possibly can get and avoids that tag. Great read by Joey.
A wild pitch advances Gallo to third. Now runners at the corners with 1 out. And the count of 1 ball and 1 strike to Delino to Shields. Chavez to the plate. The bunt, and it's foul. Now, not a bad idea by Delino. Just couldn't get it in fair territory.
Now that was going to be more of a safety squeeze as opposed to a suicide squeeze. Just getting that ball down in fair territory. Joey runs pretty good, especially for a big guy. So he sees this ball getting ready to go down, and he takes off. And he probably would have been safe there if Delino was able to get that in fair territory.
Fernando Abad, veteran left-hander, out in that A's bullpen. Jesse Chavez, just 65 pitches tonight, but A's have not let him get very deep into ball games, or he hasn't been able to get deep into ball games, whichever way you want to look at it. Matter of fact, the A's starters have not been putting deep inning counts in any of their starts of late. Fewer than 5 innings pitched in about half their starts in the last month and a half.
And that puts a lot of pressure on your bullpen.
Sure does.
They know they're going to pitch 3 or 4 innings every day. That's very taxing, especially over the course of a season.
2-2 the count. And Jimenez drawing a toss. The starters for the A's in their last 27 ball games. Bob Melvin said one of the problem points is this: they've got a 5.58 ERA. And in 27 games, they've only put in 138 innings. That's about 4 per start. Fouled off. Two and two. Delino having a little talk with himself. Settling back in the batter's box. He has Gallo at third. Jimenez at first. 1 out. Rangers trying to add on to their 3-0 lead. Full count. Delino. And one thing about Delino, whether he's hitting well or hitting poorly, very rarely see him go outside the strike zone.
Not very often. He can make a pitcher throw some pitches and work a pitcher.
The Shields, the leadoff man, to be followed by Shin-Soo Choo. Chavez okays the sign. And just in case Jimenez was going to be off and moving, Chavez a little calling card over there. The thing about Chavez, he takes a while to get rid of the ball to home plate, and even though Chris Jimenez probably wouldn't be in a straight steal, 3-2, you've got a chance to do something. He's on the move, and the pitch popped up into shallow left. Going out is Sogard, still going out. Gallo thought about coming down the line, but Sogard got rid of it quickly and made a one-hop throw to Fegley. That is out number 2. Runner still at first and third for Chu.
Yeah, ball not hit deep enough for Joey to score. You got the shortstop Sogard going back on it. You're thinking maybe if he's, his momentum continues to take him out there, but Sogard went back on that ball the right way, went back sideways so he could plant and get something on the throw. So good play by Sogard.
Chu tonight has had an infield single and struck out. He singled and scored back in the first inning. To the left side, Sogard, a jump throw. It is in time, and on the long hop, Muncy able to come up with the ball, and the Rangers are held off the scoreboard. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 are left. After 4, 3-0 Rangers. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by Mazda. In every car we make, you'll see why driving matters. Well, a beautiful night out here at Globe Life Park. Wind whistling out of the north. 15, 18 miles an hour or so. Colby Lewis enjoying the comfortable climbs out here. He is going to work now in the 5th inning, the middle third of the Oakland order. Valencia, Lowry, and Butler. Valencia flying to right field, his first time to the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Colby with 8 flyouts in the 12 outs he has recorded tonight. So he's pretty much on pace for his normal production of fly balls in a ball game. He has produced more fly balls than any other American League pitcher this year. Up the middle, but there is Odor behind the bag. 1 gone. Yeah, Valencia got good wood on it. I think the Rangers had Rubnet in the right spot. 1 away. Now Brett Lowry coming up.
Nice job by Rugi up the middle. Kind of in the right spot at the right time.
Kind of a little skimmer off the mound, it looked like, too.
Yeah, those aren't very good.
Can that throw you off a bit?
It can, especially if it kicks one way or the other. Because as soon as you see that ball off the bat, you're going to where you think that ball is going to go, and all of a sudden it hits that dirt, and it skims or kicks left or right or stays down. It can throw you off a little bit.
Pitch on the inside corner. Nothing. And two to Lowry, who's jawing a little bit with home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt. Lowry's been known to wear his emotions on his sleeve at times, like every time he gets out of bed. 0-2 pitch.
He might have called it a strike. You never know. Umpires, they have a tendency to not like when a hitter's jawing. So if it's something that's close, wouldn't surprise me to see Colby go off the plate again.
Lowry probably turned around to Wendelstedt and said, "Don't you know what I'm hitting lately? How can you call a strike on me like that?" Still a ball and 2 strikes. Lowry hitting out of that slightly open stance against Colby. Call strike 3. Lowry still barking as he heads back to the dugout. Second strikeout for Colby Lewis.
Jimenez sets up on the outside part of the plate. He got a fair amount of it right there. Lowry not happy with that.
I'm not sure that Lowry would have been happy with anything.
Nah.
Billy Butler, first ball swinging. Chin-Chu Chu is there, and that will do it. Again, 3 up, 3 down. Colby Lewis and the Rangers taking care of the Oakland A's. We're halfway through the ball game. Rangers 3, Oakland nothing. Budweiser presents Pat Green in a post-game concert. It's sure to rock the ballpark. Plus, passes are available to watch the concert from the best seat in the house. That's right down on the field. Get to TexasRangers.com/concerts to get your tickets to see the Rangers take on the Mariners and a field pass for the Pat Green post-game show. Pretty good show being put on tonight here at Globe Life Park. Rangers leading 3-0. Prince fielder Adrian Beltre and Mitch Moreland to face Jesse Chavez. And Prince takes strike 1. Fielder hit a rocket through the shift. Hard hit ground ball that found its way into right center field his last time up. No balls and 2 strikes. Fielder now has reached base safely in his last 13 ball games against this Oakland club. hitting at about a 400 clip, a little bit more than 400. 1-2. Chavez back to him. A big swing and a foul tip into Fagley's glove. And that is strikeout number 4 for Jesse Chavez. And before Adrian Beltre steps in, let's send it over to Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. And our up-to-date wild card standings as Beltre chops one out to short. That's out number 2. Back to our wild card standings for you. Rangers with that 1-game lead over Minnesota. And 3 games now, the lead over the Angels. Well, the banner's up. Postseason 2015 on Fox Sports 1 and Fox. And will it be right here? It's a good possibility. 2 away in the Ranger 5th, Mitch Moreland, who is 1 for 2. Off speed and in for strike 1. Moreland drove in the first 2 Ranger runs with that double back in the first inning. Now Mitch had an even 290. No balls and 2 strikes. Mitch now just a couple of RBI behind Prince Fielder for the team lead. Mitch leads the team with 19 home runs. And his 71 RBI, just 2 behind Prince and his 73. Chavez to the wind. We'll try another 0-2 pitch. Rangers 3 runs on 6 hits tonight. Oakland has committed the only error of the ballgame. Rangers have played errorless baseball. Rangers kind of out of character yesterday. Had 3 errors in that ballgame. They'd only had 2 in the previous 13 games. Mitch reaches out and pokes one to left. Canna has to retreat a bit, but he's there to make the grab, and that'll do it. Rangers gone in order, and Chavez now has retired 5 straight. We have finished 5 in Arlington. The Rangers 3 and the A's nothing. Out the ballpark. The pivotal AL West showdown with the Astros in town, and it's also one of just 2 chances left for you to enjoy Dollar Hot Dog Night. Don't wait to get your tickets for this important matchup. The Rangers and the Astros, and you and your Dollar Hot Dogs. TexasRanger.com, the place you can get your tickets. Colby Lewis to the hill now, starting work here in the top of the 6th inning. And Max Muncy takes strike 1. Muncy grounded out to first as he led off the 3rd inning. Colby working quickly and misses low and outside. Colby just 48 pitches at this juncture. He's thrown 2 here in this 6th inning. That is about as economical as it gets. A looper to right. Odor out and leaping to make the catch. Rogan. What a play. Wow.
Now that's almost not fair. Being out that far, you get jammed.
Yeah.
Get it off the end of the bat. What normally would be a base hit. Ruben goes out, gets up a little bit. Nice catch. Look at that. He can't get up much higher than that. That's all he needed.
Now we have seen a couple of now the sliding catch by Delino to Shields to end the 4th inning. And now Rougned Odor taking a base hit from Max Muncy to start the 6th. My goodness.
That's all he had, all he needed right there. Nice job. And Chu reminds him of just how high or how low he got up on that.
That's right. Another 2 inches, you would have been off the ground. Now, 1 gone. Josh Fegley takes the 2nd pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Fegley popped out to Rougned Odor in normal fashion. Rougned didn't have to go very far for that one. Hammered. Foul down the left side. Well, that is way foul. Off the facing of the 3rd deck. It's Ian Kinsler territory up there.
Yeah, it is.
2-1 to Fegley. Now 3 balls and a strike. Target set, and the 3-1. Off the end of the bat to left field. Joey Gallo. 2 gone. Now Eric Sogard coming up. Colby with a couple of strikeouts tonight. That's as close as he came to a base on balls. He had the 3-ball count on Fegley. Sogard fly to center field his first time to the plate. Sogard really in an offensive downturn. He's just a .204 hitter in his last 33 ball games. That's after hitting almost .260 in the first 76 games of the year. Colby's 1-0 pitch. Now 2-0. Just looking at Colby's face, you would never know if he just threw the best pitch of his life or just gave up a grand slam.
That's just having ice water in your veins, not being emotional, just going out there, just steady. Hey, I'm going to continue to throw no matter what's going on.
And he misses to Sogard. 3 balls, no strikes. Sogard hitting at the bottom of the order. Sam Fuld will follow. 3-1. Right field. Chu playing fairly shallow, backs up a couple, makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. Rougned Odor got it started in that inning. A great running, leaping catch to take a base hit away from Max Muncy. After 5.5, it's still the Rangers leading the A's 3-0. Sonic Slam Inning, brought to you by Sonic. Tonight's jackpot is worth $2,400 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. If a Ranger hits a home run during this inning, Tim Ettell from Dallas will win $2,400. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Tim is going to win $25,000. Be registered at any participating Sonic restaurant. And Tim, my apologies for not pronouncing your name correctly, but rest assured, it'll be spelled correctly on the check. And I hope you take one home for $25,000. Rougned Odor is 1 for 2 tonight. An RBI double back in the first inning. First pitch from Jesse Chavez of inning number 6 is in for strike 1. Odor, as he stands at the plate, batting .271. Ball ripped foul and back into the seats. 0-2. Rougned looking anxiously into the crowd down there where that ball disappeared, and hopefully everybody's okay. Boy, that's becoming more and more a commonplace situation for the players to have to look into the stands and after hard foul balls to see if everybody's all right.
Yeah, it's something you hate to see. When the ball's hit that hard like that and it's going toward the stands. You know, I know a lot of people want to have, get a souvenir, but, I tell people all the time, there's a reason those 9 guys are out there on the field with a leather glove.
Yeah. Get out of the way. You really want a baseball that much, you just go down to a sporting goods store and buy yourself one. 2-2 the count to Odor. Rougned has backed off the hot pace that he had since the All-Star break, but not by much. He's still a .298 hitter. That's high and away, and the count has gone full. This Odor's 46th game since the All-Star break. Now, he's trying to get aboard to start this Rangers 6th inning. He'll be followed by Elvis Andrus. Chavez into the abbreviated windup. He'll try it again. Rougned now with 9 RBI in his last 19 games. Another 3-2 pitch. Going back to the last at bat that Odor had yesterday in the ball game in Seattle, Tom Wilhelmsen hit him right in the ankle with a pitch, and Odor was hobbled after the ball game, and on the flight back home he was not real comfortable. It's pretty tough back out there, and he shoots one off Chavez. Vaguely, the throw to first, they got it. And Jeff Bannister, with the closeness of that play, is telling Hunter Wendelstedt, the home plate umpire, hang on here a second. We're going to take a look, and it's going to take a little while for the A's to come out and make sure Jesse Chavez is okay. That was a bullet on one out back to the mound. And here's the play at first. Fagley did a nice job of making it even that close. Yeah, the Rangers are not going to use up a challenge on that, I wouldn't think. Jeff Bannister now has said no, we're not going to challenge it. What a play though by Josh Fagley to have the presence of mind to be headed out that way when the ball ricocheted back.
That ball jumped a long way off of Chavez.
And right in the hip pocket.
Looks like he might need a little bit more vitamin F back there.
I thought if he turned sideways, nothing would hit him. He's a real tall, slender guy. He's about 6'2", and only weighs 160. Ruben hit a bullet back in. Well, that is one hard out. Chavez took the brunt of that blow, but he's okay apparently. So it goes 1-2-3 on the putout. Don't see that written down in the scorebook very often. Elvis a drive to left center field. Moving back with room is Canna. And he pulls up just shy of the warning track. That is out number 2. Elvis didn't quite get all that. Now Joey Gallo coming up. Let's go over and check in with Jim Knox.
I appreciate it, Buzz. The Air Force Band here tonight. Airman William Thornton plays in the Air Force Band. You guys had an outstanding performance in the national anthem. And besides Globe Life Park, what are some of the best venues you played?
One of them, I'll tell you, we did the inauguration, the opening of the presidential George W. Bush Library here in Dallas, Texas. It was phenomenal. Got to play for all 5 living presidents. It was basically one of the best things ever for basically bringing air instrumentalists.
Very nice.
Yes.
Well, glad to have you guys out here tonight. Also, I understand you play the trumpet. You got a little air trumpet for us?
Sure, I'll do a little bit for you.
Not bad. May have to work on it a little bit, okay? All right, appreciate it. Appreciate it. There we go. I like that. There you go, Buzz.
All right, Noxie, thank you. Leave it to Noxie to find a different sort of musician.
And that was different.
That was different. 0-2 pitch to Gallo, got him swinging. Chavez with his 5th strikeout. Rangers gone in order, and Chavez now has retired 8 straight. After 6, it remains Rangers 3, A's nothing. Summary. Rangers got it going in the first. Mitch Moreland broke up the long scoreless streak with a 2-run double. Jew and Beltre scoring, and Mitch with the 2 runs driven in. Then immediately after that, Ruben Odor plugged that left center field gap. Mitch Moreland scored 3-0 Rangers at that point, and that's where it stands as Colby Lewis heads back to the mound for the top of the 7th inning. Colby working to the top of the order, and Will Venable has entered the ballgame now to take over in left field, replacing Joey Gallo. Gallo, who made the last out of the bottom of the 6th, replaced by Venable. And first ball swinging, Sam Full. 1 gone. And the take a look at our Ford leaderboard. And we're talking about this season. How about no hitters this year? Chris Heston of the Giants, the first one, June 9th. Max Scherzer 11 days later with the Nationals. Cole Hamels in his last game with Philadelphia at Chicago. Hisashi Iwakuma against the Orioles. And a couple more that we'll enumerate here in just a second. Mark Canha, a swing and a miss. Colby just 61 pitches as he has one out here in the 7th inning. Canna out on a very nice play last time up. He hit the ball to the deepest part of the ballpark, right at the 407 sign. And was run down by Shin-Soo Choo, who collided with the liner to Shields. 0-2. And all of a sudden, Globe Life Park starting to pick up a little energy as we have one out here in the 7th inning. "36-year-old Colby Lewis out of Bakersfield, California. Right-hander into the wind, the 0-2 pitch. Colby, we talked about over the years, going over to Japan, refining his pitching, and coming back to the Rangers for the 2010 season, a totally different pitcher. Beltre cuts that off. 2 gone. Our GXU Energy power player, Colby Lewis. How about 6 2/3? He has not worked from the stretch tonight. Backed up by great defense, DeLino to Shields. And Rougned Odor added one right about here. Look at Rougned. 64 pitches for Colby for 20 outs. Josh Reddick hit that sinking liner that DeLino to Shields had to go into the prone position to catch.
How about that catch that Rudy made out there? And you saw the camera on Colby, and nothing.
No,
just nothing. Just okay, good play. It's down. Let's go. Get off the field. I love it.
That's just off the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Reddick has also flied to left field tonight. Colby back to the plate. Now 3-1. To left field. Venable just in the ball game toward the corner, makes the catch. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Colby Lewis. Will take the stretch at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Rangers leading 3-0. And now please enjoy us as we join Chuck Morgan, who introduces God Bless America.
On this National Day of Service and Remembrance, we ask that you please rise as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the world. The Texas Rangers invite everyone in Globe Life Park to join in singing God Bless America.
they have. That looks pretty good, Heather. Thank you very much. We appreciate you sending your photo in. And for you folks who would like to send yours in, hashtag Southwest Data Strong Fan. And your photo just might show up on one of our upcoming broadcasts the way Heather's did. T-Mobile, the folks that bring you all this, and we appreciate it. Dan Otero has come on now to take over for the A's in the bottom of the 7th inning. And dealing to Chris Jimenez, it is ball 1. Jimenez had a base hit to left field his last time up. 1 out of 2, and Otero misses to make it 2 balls, no strikes. Otero in for Jesse Chavez, who worked the first 6 innings. Rangers got to him for 3 in the first, but then Chavez kind of put the brakes on the Ranger offense. Allowed just 2 more hits. And Jimenez, a foul ball, really got jammed. 2-1 the count. Chavez had 5 strikeouts. Only 1 walk tonight. Otero, the sinker baller. A line drive base hit that is headed for extra bases in the corner. Dana plays it off the wall, and into second with a leadoff double is Chris Jimenez, his 4th 2-bagger of the year.
Jimenez continues to contribute. Gets another fastball inside. Looks like a sinker has stayed up a little bit. Drills this ball down the left field line for a 2nd hit on the night. Hooking line drive down into the corner.
That's going to be like dessert for a hitter, having a sinker stay up where it doesn't sink.
That is. Those were good.
Now Delino lays down the bunt. Begley jumps on it quickly and throws out Delino. It's a sacrifice as Chris Jimenez moves over to 3rd. He's there with 1 out. Shin-Soo Choo coming out. And before Choo steps in, let's send it over to Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. Well, we are going to have a pitching change here as Choo and Fielder coming up, both left-handed hitters. Fernando Abad has been summoned from the A's bullpen. So a pitching change underway at Globe Life Park. Rangers on top 3-0, looking for more. We'll be back right after this timeout. Have a chance of a lifetime to meet Hall of Famer Greg Maddux at the Evening with a Legend event. You can enjoy dinner and a question and answer section with Maddux, a signed photo, and a goodie bag. Just visit TexasRangers.com/evening to get tickets. Well, this crowd at Globe Life Park, pretty raucous right now. Rangers making some noise, and they are making noise to back up their hometown team. Fernando Abad, the left-hander, is on the hill now to face Shin-Soo Choo. And Choo fouls back that first pitch for strike one. Choo tonight, 1 for 3. And a first inning single, scored a run in that Ranger first. Oakland infield playing in at the cut of the grass. Chris Jimenez at third. And with the A's trailing 3-0, they are trying to cut down any further scoring by the Rangers. Up the middle, base hit to center field. Jimenez scores. Choo with the RBI. The Rangers lead it 4-0.
Great job by Choo taking that ball right back up the middle. Got a breaking ball. Came out over the plate. Didn't try to do too much with it. Stayed with it. And right back up the middle. RBI single, another insurance run.
Choo driving in his 65th run of the year. And a very timely piece of hitting by the Ranger right fielder. So Choo now at first, still just one out. Prince Fielder tops one down to third. The only play for Valencia is to first, as Choo makes it safely to second. That is out number 2, and before Beltre steps in, let's check in with Jim Knox.
Hey, Buzz, real quick time for the progressive fan of the game. It's got to be Haley. She's having her bachelorette party here tonight. Comes all the way in from Shreveport, Louisiana. Why here at Globe Life Park, Haley?
Because we love the Rangers. That's why.
Congratulations. Here's the bag. And any big plans afterwards?
I'd have to say it's none of your business.
Oh, very well. Okay, well, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of the game, Haley.
I guess she told him. Didn't bother Doxy, though. It's okay. Just the way it is. And now Abad is going to intentionally walk Adrian Beltre. He's got Mitch Moreland, a left-handed hitter, in the on-deck circle. Well, the intentional pass will be issued to Adrian. Beltre 1 for 3, and he will stay that way. The second time he's been on base tonight. Adrian's a bad ball hitter, but I don't think he's going to have one close enough. No, that's a little too far out, even for Adrian. Well, the 4 intentionally wide pitches dealt to him. Beltre aboard, first and second. And Mitch Moreland coming to the plate. Moreland 0 for 5 in his career with 3 strikeouts against Abad. Mitch at an even 290. 19 home runs, 71 driven in. Got Choo at second, Beltre at first. Abad set to deal to the plate. 0-1. The battery of Colby Lewis and Chris Jimenez hoping for a few more runs of support. That wouldn't be a bad thing. Pieces of bat flying all over the place. The ball is foul, and Mitch is going to have to get a new piece of lumber. It's like one of those exploding toys. Confetti flies out of the end of it. Look at that thing.
Wow. Bats didn't used to break like that.
No. It looked like the end of it was filled with confetti.
Either that or it was hollow.
Yeah. No balls, 2 strikes. Abad set, a check of the runners. I was reading the other day about guys that had their bat explode on them that had some substances in the middle of it. Going back, I remembered a couple of them. Man, that'd be a little embarrassing. Remember the
Just
one,
a little.
Greg Nettles, the third baseman for the Yankees, had a bat with super balls in it, and the barrel broke. And balls are bouncing all over the place. Slow chopper out to second. And Lowry takes care of it. That'll do it for the Rangers. They do put one more on the board. They get a run on 2 hits and lead 2. On to the 8th we go. 4-0 Rangers. Red out the ballpark against the division rival Houston Astros. 2 upper box or upper reserve seats are available for just $14 using the online coupon code Lone Star. Go to TexasRangers.com before those seats are gone. Colby Lewis not going anywhere. He's back on top of the hill. Ready to work here in the top of the 8th inning. Middle third of the Oakland order. Danny Valencia, Brett Lowry, and Billy Butler. Valencia 0 for 2, a fly ball to right and a ground ball to second. And Colby drops a slider in for strike 1. Valencia picked up by the A's on the waiver wire. Toronto had put him on waivers. Down the left field line, it is hooking into the corner, and there is the first base runner and the first base hit of the night against Colby Lewis. And listen to the applause he gets. Crowd standing and applauding for the 36-year-old right-hander Colby Lewis.
That's beautiful.
Seven perfect innings, and Colby gives up the leadoff double here in the 8th inning. And now he will get down to the business of protecting a 4-0 lead. Ball 1 to Lowry.
Colby goes with a breaking ball, and the first one he left hanging out over the plate tonight. Valencia right on it. Drives it into the left.
And Lowry lays off the breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Lowry tonight is lined to center and been called out on strikes. Colby Lewis still a very modest number of pitches tonight. 73, it's number 74 coming up. And it's in for a strike. Well, I don't think Brett Lowry is going to be sending Hunter Wendelstedt any Christmas cards, at least based on his reaction tonight. Speaking of reactions.
Reaction?
None.
And they go back up third. That was the only reaction.
That's right. Yeah. Two and two to Lowry. Lowry supplanted at third base by Danny Valencia. 22 errors for Lowry at third and 34 for Marcus Semien, the normal shortstop. And 56 errors between them. That's the most in the major leagues this year by a duo. A's, though, as we mentioned, leading all of baseball with 108 errors. 3-2. Lowry just able to spoil a pretty good pitch from Colby Lewis. So Colby 21 up, 21 down to begin this ball game. Look at the pitch totals. He ballooned all the way up to 13 in the sixth inning. That's amazing.
Wow.
3 full innings under 10 pitches. Got him swinging. Lowry trying to climb the ladder. Couldn't get that high. That's out number 1. 3 strikeouts for Lewis.
Colby went with a high fastball. Too close to take for Lowry. I'm sure it looked pretty good.
Here's Billy Butler. And he drives one to right. Chu going back. Has room as he put the brakes on right at the edge of the warning track. Makes the catch. Tagging at second is Valencia. He will move to third. But there are 2 outs now. And Max Muncy coming up. So Colby Lewis coming back from backing up third base. One thing about Colby, if there's a spot for him to be other than on the mound, he's going to be there. That's part of his job, and he is very well aware of where he should be backing up, where he should be on every play. Muncy stepping in. He was the one that hit the little jam shot that Rougned Odor plucked out of thin air. 0-1. There's Rougned back out in his rover position out there in right field. Valencia stepping off his lead at third base. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jimenez setting the target down and in. And Colby executing pretty well. 1-2.
You know, that slider's tough on left-handers because it looks like a very hittable pitch. And all of a sudden it just dips underneath that belt, down and in toward that back ankle.
Now the crowd again starting to raise a ruckus for Colby. 1-2 with 2 out. Call strike 3. He throws him at home plate like a DiGiorno pizza. Colby with his 4th strikeout. Nothing going for the A's. We finished 7.5. Rangers 4, Athletics nothing.
4-0 here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. This the opener of a 3-game series between these two teams, which means game 2 takes place tomorrow here at the Globe. Same time, same place, 7 o'clock here on Fox Sports Southwest. Giovanni Gallardo gets the ball for the Rangers. You can see his stellar numbers in the last 6 starts. He'll be going up against a hot-hitting Josh Reddick, .438 against Texas this season. Thanks to the fine folks at AT Uverse for getting us ready for Game 2, fellas.
All right, Ann, thank you. Well, we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Fernando Rodriguez, the El Paso native, is on now to face the Rangers here in the 8th inning. Rodriguez, a 31-year-old right-hander, grew up in El Paso, still lives out in far west Texas. Came over from the Houston Astros. That was in the deal that also sent Jed Lowry to Houston. Chris Carter, among others, went to the Astros. Rougned Odor tonight is 1 for 3. Had that big RBI double in the first inning. Rodriguez with the 1-1. Now 2-1. The Rangers 4 runs on 8 hits tonight. A's no runs on just 1 hit against Colby Lewis. High and away, 3-1. Odor trying to get aboard to start the 8th inning. Elvis Andrus, his double play partner, will follow in the order. Rodriguez back to the plate. 3-2. Rodriguez, the 4th pitcher used by Bob Melvin tonight. Jesse Chavez, who originally signed with the Rangers. His original draft pick way back when. He started the ball game with the first 6. Otero and Abad worked the 7th inning. And now Rodriguez here in the 8th inning. Mark Canha out there takes care of the fly ball from Rougned Odor. That is out number 1. Now here's Elvis with the bases empty. Elvis 0 for 3 tonight and battling an 0 for 20 as he steps in. Batting average now down to .255 for the Rangers shortstop.
You know, he's been swinging the bat well, though. You know, especially on the road trip, he hit a few balls that were hard, but right at people.
Yep.
Had nothing to show for it. His last at bat here, he hit one, drove one to left field. Nothing to show for that. You know, and even though, you know, you're 0 for 20 and, you know, your teammates are picking you up and patting you on the bat and telling, hey, you hit that one hard. Nothing you can do, just stay right there. You're still 0 for 20.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't help really. It's good to have that support, but you know, when you hit one hard, you want to hit.
1 ball and 1 strike. And it doesn't help when they say, well, you know, a couple of soft ones fell in for you a while back. That probably doesn't assuage your feelings.
Yeah, the one I didn't like was it all evens out. I don't want it to be even. I want to be ahead.
That's right.
I do not want even.
Yeah. Saw a shot of Will Venable in that on-deck circle. He will come up for his first at-bat in this ball game. Right after Elvis gets aboard. Elvis going to get a base hit here. A ball and 2 strikes. Elvis kind of wandering around, and he's going to settle back in.
Take 2, go to right.
Fernando Rodriguez peering in for the sign, picks one out. He did go to right. Unfortunately, Reddick is out there. 2 gone. Well, Elvis was trying to take your advice. Just didn't work out that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colby Lewis taking it easy next to Kevin Harmon on that Ranger bench. Not a lot of folks sitting around chatting him up, even though the no-hitter and the perfect game have all left, the possibility of those have left.
How'd you like that when you were pitching?
Nobody talked to me. I just, I wasn't the most likable person when I was pitching. People didn't talk to me much anyway, period. Yeah.
No, I very rarely talk to the pitcher. If I did, it had something to do with the game.
Yeah.
Hey, what are we using? Or did you change it up or something like that? You want me over in the hole?
Yeah.
Something like that. But just chit chat, nah.
Yeah. You have plenty of time before and after ball games to do that. Just never appealed to me. Next pitch, and Will tries to check his swing, didn't quite get it done as Wendelstedt threw up the right hand. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Venable at 252 overall, including his time with the Padres. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Venable just 2 for his last 18 times to the plate. That covers 9 games. Hitting .211 as a Ranger this year. And Rodriguez running that fastball in very effectively to the hands of Will Venable. You go back to Will's time with San Diego, going back to the end of July or thereabouts, last 32 games. The time also with the Rangers, he hit .260. Takes that one low, and the count is full. And another thing he's done is get a walk for you. So Venable trying to get aboard any way he can here with 2 outs in the 8th. Chris Jimenez in that on-deck circle. Fernando Rodriguez is set, and the 3-2. Lowry at second, throws to first. That'll do it. Rangers gone in order in the 8th. Now Colby Lewis and the Rangers head back out for the top of the 9th inning. They lead Oakland 4-0.
Arlington, lots to see, including Colby Lewis out to pitch in the 9th inning. Coming up on Rangers Live, the post-game edition, we, of course, will talk a lot about Colby's phenomenal start tonight. We'll hear from him, get his reaction as well as his teammates and his manager. Talk about the offense refreshed back here at home, and also set up Game 2 with Giovanni Gallardo tomorrow. For now, though, we'll get it back to Buzz and Matt, guys.
All right, Dana, thank you very much. Well, Colby Lewis starting Josh Phegley off in the 9th inning. Just tossed one right over his head, all the way to the backstop.
Safe to say that got away.
Yeah. Phegley's saying, what in this world is going on? The guy hasn't thrown one 2 inches away from where he was trying to all night, and all of a sudden he buzzes me. And the breaking ball is a little bit wide. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's that first pitch of the inning. Oops. Sorry about that. Colby's 2-0. That is right down the middle. Now Colby at 85 pitches, 86 pitches now. Very modest pitch count as he's working here in the top of the 9th inning. Hard hit. Beltre knocks it down, but it's going to be a fair ball and a base hit. Second hit of the night. First hit coming on a leadoff double in the 8th. And the second hit coming on a leadoff single in the 9th inning by Josh Phegley.
Phegley hits this one hopper down the third baseline. Beltre makes his move. Just off the heel of the glove.
The 1 on, nobody out. Eric Sogard steps in for his 3rd at bat of the night. Colby looking for that double play grounder. Strike 1. Colby, career-wise, has had one other complete game 2-hitter. That one was back in 2010 against the Astros down in Houston. He's had a couple of complete game shutouts. They both came against the White Sox. And they were both at U.S. Cellular. Sean Tollison heating up now in that Ranger pen. 1-1 pitch. Yanked foul. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. That last complete game shutout was last August by Colby over the White Sox. August the 2nd to be exact. So Colby trying for a lot here tonight. A complete game shutout, a complete game low hit shutout, and a career high 15th win in a season. To left field, Venable playing fairly shallow, has an easy play on it. That is out number 1. Now, Colby's night will start in the 4th inning tonight, showing you a great defensive play behind Colby. Watch the liner to Shield. The full out dive. And that was the last out of that 4th inning. Then in the 6th, Rougned Odor showing you some pretty good athletic ability. What a play by Rougned. And then it was all broken up as Danny Valencia lined a double into the left corner field corner. That was the first base hit, and Phegley has gotten a base hit here. And now for the second out, that's Sam Full lining to Shin-Soo Choo. And Colby Lewis now 1 out away from a complete game 2-hit shutout of the Oakland A's. This crowd again on its feet for Colby Lewis.
Been a great job by Colby tonight. And talking to Chris Jimenez before the game, the difference between what Colby did the last time, he said it was a little bit his fault. They got away from, Colby's strength in his last outing, and it looks as though they went back to Colby's strengths in this game.
Listen to this. That'll get the goosebumps going. You don't hear that very often. Your name screamed by some 30,000 people. 28,133, the exact number at Globe Life Park, and I would say that not one of them has left. Mark Canha has flied out a couple of times and grounded out. 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 strike. 1 ball and 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 1 Colby Lewis, who originally was a #1 pick by the Rangers back in 1999, made his major league debut 3 years later. Played part of the 2007 season in Oakland as a reliever. Then spent the 2 years in Japan. A little bit low, 2-1. Came back to Texas in 2010. Won 12 games that year. Won 14 games the next year, 2011. And then the surgeries hit. The elbow, the flexor tendon, and the hip resurfacing. And here he is in 2015 trying for a career high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It has been a long and winding road for Colby Lewis, but he's about ready to hit one of the high spots on his journey. Crowd on their feet. 2-2 with 2 outs. Colby Lewis set. Ground ball to short. Elvis to second, and that is a winner for Colby Lewis. A 2-hit, complete game shutout for Colby Lewis, his career high 15th win of the year. And a very fitting way to have it done. Colby getting it done. His first career 2-hit shutout. His first shutout against someone other than the Chicago White Sox.
Great job.
In a place other than Chicago.
Great job by Colby. He was in complete command from the first pitch of the game to the last pitch of the game. 7 strong, perfect innings. And just 2 hits the rest of the way. That fastball slider combination was definitely working. Back to his strength, locating pitches. The A's just weren't able to get anything going against Colby. Great night for Colby and a great way to start this homestand.
That is about as much emotion as you will ever see from Colby Lewis on a baseball field. A wry smile as he gets congratulations from everybody. And the skipper acknowledging the work that Chris Jimenez did behind the plate. Giving him a slap to the chest protector. And Colby Lewis getting the job done. Here's the final out. Elvis, a little shovel over to Odor to get the sliding Josh Fagley. And Colby Lewis acknowledging his battery mate Chris Jimenez for the work they did together tonight. It was something. And what a result. What a way to get your career high win here at home in front of the home fans. And number 15, let's head down to the field. Emily Jones is standing by with the man of the hour, Colby Lewis.
They got out of the way early. There's an ongoing conversation. Okay, there we go.
Negotiations.
Yeah. That's some respect right there. You have to ask the guy before you dump him on him. I like that.
So at least they asked your permission, right?
Yeah.
You'll take it after 7 perfect and a complete game shutout. I would take it.
Yeah, I hung the slider there to start off Valencia. He was real cool about it. Give me a little nod after he hit the double. But first of all, I just want to thank all the men and women, all of our, all the cops and firefighters out there that do a lot harder job than what I do every day. So I just want to thank them on this day in remembrance. So yeah, it was I don't know, pretty emotional a little bit right now. So
how much of that, you're a big perspective guy, family, country, all that kind of stuff, just like you alluded to, how much of that plays into when you're out there on the mound?
Yeah, I mean, I always want to go out there and perform and do well for my team and do the best job I can, but on special nights like this, it means a lot more, that's for sure.
For you to perform this way after having a rough stretch, were you motivated by that as well?
What's that? I didn't.
After having a rough stretch the last couple starts, was that motivation as well?
No, I don't worry about all that. You know that, Emily. So.
At least had to ask.
Yeah. No, I mean, I felt great the last 3 times I've gone out. I just haven't gotten the results. So tonight's one of those nights where I got away with a lot of pitches, 3-1 counts, and I just threw the fastball right over the middle and see how far they could hit it, and I got an out of it. So a lot of luck goes in. Odors had a great snag there. Chu and Didi collide. Didi comes up with a big catch too. So. Yeah, you're always thinking about it. That's for sure.
At what point are you thinking about the no-hitter, the perfect game? Is it factoring into?
You know, I mean, I knew after the first couple first 3 innings, you go through the lineup once and you haven't get him up a hit. So you just try to keep that momentum going. Not really worry about any other outside influences. You just try to go out there and keep doing your job.
It seemed like you were in command from the very beginning. Did it feel that way to you? Did you have it in the bullpen, knowing that tonight could be a special night?
No. I mean, I felt like every other night that I warm up. It's just trying to take it into a game and get results out of it. That's all. And like I said, tonight was one of those nights where I threw some real good pitches and got away with some pitches. So
sounds like pretty much any other post-game interview we've ever done.
Yeah, well, exactly. But yeah, I know my wife's missing me back home, so I love you, and we'll see you soon.
Colby, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations on the win, guys. We'll send it back up to you.
All right, Emily, thank you. Maybe the most understated interview after a 2-hit complete game shutout that you're going to see. Colby Lewis and the Rangers. 4-0 the final. We'll be back to Globe Life Park with more right after this on Fox Sports Southwest.